today, Michelle?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Good. It's nice to see you today.
Nice to see you too. You look swell.
Thank you.
Hope your day is going great.
It is. It is a little.
Okay.
A little, yeah. It's cold outside.
Yes.
It's bitter cold.
I'm sorry. Did I
Oh, no, you're fine. That's not a problem at all.
Okay.
It's a bitter cold out today.
Bitter? I don't know. Okay,
Maybe like the wool coat.
Okay. Well, let's just before we jump into it, I do want to remind you about our, talk about confidentiality. Basically, anything you say will be held between you and I, unless, of course, you reveal anything that makes me feel as though you may be a harm to yourself or others. So you're still
I
fine with
understand.
that?
I thank you for explaining that to me.
No problem. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Now, we spoke a lot about, just general topics of discussion that you were concerned about in the last session. So for this session, I wanted to focus a little bit more just aspects concerning your overall lifestyle, and so we're just going to talk a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So anything you're comfortable sharing is very much encouraged. So let's start with the basics. How's your family? What's your family life looking like?
I have a husband.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Not to cut you off. You don't mind if I take a few notes, do you?
Oh, not at all. Please
Okay,
do.
cool. All right, go on.
I have a husband and 2 children.
Okay.
My daughter's 20. She'll be 21 in the spring.
Okay.
So it's a big to do, 21.
Yeah.
And I have a son that's 12.
Okay.
And he has a birthday coming on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, that's
So,
exciting.
Yeah, I would say so. I totally agree with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my immediate family, my household.
Okay. What about your like, does your grandmother, or not your grandmother, but your children's grandmother, do they?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Far as the grandparents, far as my children, all their grandparents are alive, but on my husband's side, which is the paternal side, is deceased.
Okay.
My husband's father was murdered, so they don't have their grandfather, but they have their grandmother,
Oh, okay.
and she's very well, in their life. She participates in their life.
Very active.
Yeah, she's
So-
very active in their life. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's where he is tonight. My son, my daughter is away at college.
Right.
She's about 4 hours away.
Okay, which college is that?
She's at Lock Haven University.
Oh, I've heard
So it's about
of that.
45 minutes from Penn State.
Penn State, Maine.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Of Lock Haven. How's she liking it out there?
She likes it better than high school. So she has to compare the two. I would say she enjoys college life better than high school life.
I think that's to be expected.
Oh, okay.
But then again, I'm not.
I don't know. I didn't go away to college.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
Only, came here to Temple. But I've been to a few colleges, but I had never been away. They they have the experience to live on a dorm and the party, and no one tell me when to get up and when to wash my clothes.
Right. How did you think you missed out, or did you like it?
I'm quite sure I probably did miss out because I never experienced it. But then they say, if you never know what it was, how can you miss out on it?
That's my philosophy all the time.
Is it? Really? I heard that too with children. I know a lady who doesn't have it, and she was like, I never had it, I don't miss it.
Right. You
So
can't
I
miss
was
it.
like, you don't have it, yeah. So she really enjoying college life.
Okay.
So on my husband's side of the family, his mother's still living,
Okay.
and his father's deceased. I told you he was murdered before I met him. He died when he was like 12 or 14 years old. So both of my parents are still alive. So my children have both of their grandparents on my side of the family.
Okay. So generally, would you say that your family is
Dysfunctional
close?
at times.
Okay.
At times.
At times, but
Both of my parents are remarried.
okay.
My parents been divorced for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
My father's parents are both deceased.
Okay.
One died of a heart attack and one died of lung cancer. So you asked me about cigarettes. I'm totally against them. The smell, the look at them.
Okay.
I'm far.
It's home for you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah. Only because of what I know what it can do to your body.
Right.
And like I told you, I lost my grandmother of lung cancer, so I lost her to smoking of cigarettes.
Okay. So you never had any experience with smoking yourself.
Won't even
That's
try
a
it.
plus. I mean, unfortunately,
I know some people just try it, like
Yeah.
it, but I remember when they first came out many, many, many years ago, it was like the cool thing to do. You see the
yes.
commercials and it was smoking and running and swimming, like it was the cool thing, like it looked pretty.
Right.
It looked like it was like, oh man, that girl smoking a cigarette with a bathing suit on. Like they made it seem
Right.
like, I don't know if you remember those commercials, like the cool cigarettes. Like it was
It's called
cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
called Cools.
Right.
So it was like you was cool to have a cigarette. You was
Right.
chilling.
Right.
But no.
That's not fair.
No. And plus on the back of the container it tells you it's bad for your health.
Right.
But everything is not good for you.
Wait, everything isn't good for you?
They say everything. I mean, everything is not good for you. Yeah, everything's not good for you. Like it's okay to drink, but you drink so much, you be addicted to it.
It's like too much of a good thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like okay, I get
Got
this.
it. Yeah, good. So, going back to my family history. So both of my parents are alive, but they're both been remarried.
Okay.
My mother's a widow, and her husband died also lung cancer
Oh, that's so
and
sad.
smoking a cigarette,
Sorry to
of
hear
course.
that.
So, no, you won't.
Hey, I'm not pushing you to smoke. But yeah,
So
I
that's
understand.
definitely a little pet peeve of mine. I won't. So
How do you feel about like people smoking around you?
I won't associate myself. I remove myself.
Oh,
My
okay.
kids are the same way.
Okay.
Actually, my son, when he smells it, he walking by someone, it makes him feel like he wants to vomit.
Oh.
He
Really?
gets a very nauseous feeling.
Is
in his
anyone in your
stomach.
family like asthmatic or have like breathing problems or
You know, it's funny you said that. On my father's side, they all asthmatic.
the whole?
My mother, that skipped me, but my brother and sister has it,
Oh wow.
and my father has it.
Okay.
Now I don't know who had it, like as far as his parents,
Mhm.
because you know they both not here, so I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, it's funny you said that. So my father's asthmatic and my sister and brother's asthmatic. Yeah, but it skipped me. I have other issues.
So you're the lucky one.
How about that one? Because you know that asthma's serious.
Oh, it's very much so.
It's like they show the commercial like a fish breathing on top of land.
Oh,
No.
I've never seen that one.
You haven't seen that commercial? Yeah, like that's how it is for them to breathe. It's hard for them to breathe.
Yeah, I remember in school they would do like the breathing through a straw,
Oh,
like after you exercise, and then they would try to make you breathe through a straw. Now that I think about it, I don't know, is that a little bit unethical to be making
I guess-
children do stuff like that?
Well, I guess they was
But-
trying to get you to have the concept. That's
Yeah.
how hard it is for them.
Right, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. It lets you kind of step into someone else's shoes for a little bit. So, yeah.
Gasping for air, needing air. Yeah.
That's a really serious disease.
Excuse me. I think because we take it for granted.
Right.
But then someone who's struggling
Mhm.
to breathe, serious. Yeah. So I would say we're close knit family. Over the years, speaking of my childhood, we had in our household where it was my mother and my sister and I have a brother. I don't know if I mentioned him, but I have a brother.
It's on your dad's side. It's on your dad's side?
Yeah, the asthma is on my dad's side. But I was
Okay.
speaking of our household
Oh.
as I was coming up as a child.
Okay.
We always had people that lived with us.
Understandable. Your big family?
It was when I was very young, when my parents were separated. My father's brothers lived with us.
Your father. So your uncles?
Yeah, my uncles.
Okay.
My uncles lived with us, and I think my mom had to put her foot down, so
Mhm.
they eventually moved out.
Right.
Then after they moved out, a few years later, my mother, one sister came to live with us. She moved from Florida. She didn't have anywhere to stay, and she lived with us. That was my aunt. Some people say aunt, some people say aunt. So from Florida.
Right.
Then a few years later after that, my mother's other sister came to live with us, and that's because her boyfriend kicked her out. It was his house. They wasn't married.
Right.
And she came to live with her 2 children. They both had 2 children. The one that came from Florida, she had 2 children. And my aunt, she had 2 children. My mother come from siblings of 9. She has
Wow.
9 sisters and brothers. So,
Sounds like a pretty cluttered.
so 2 sisters lived with us, but 2 different times, and they brought their children. Our house was like the pit stop. It's like when my mother's brothers came to town because they military men. So when they came, it was like our house was the flock house. I call it the flock house, which means they flopped at our house. We made room, sleeping bags, put a mattress on the floor. My mother made room for you anywhere, nice. Any way she could.
Is that how you associate yourself now? Are you the flock house now?
No,
not at all.
Actually, out of my siblings, between me, my sister, and brother, none of us don't flock over each other's houses.
What do you mean by that?
Like spend the night over their house and all of that.
Really?
My sister likes that, but I only could tolerate her so much. I love my sister, but she get to become, because she's the oldest. She's the responsible one. They said that trend of being the oldest, being responsible. Right. She's the responsible one out of us, and sometimes she thinks that she's my mother. So when you try to play a mother role, I have to remove myself because you're not my mother. I'm grown. Exactly. Thank you. Exactly. So yeah. So now I don't.
Is that something that you were able to communicate with her about?
Oh, she knows it.
Okay. But you guys are on good terms, right?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. She likes to. Yeah, she would like that. Come stay the night over my house tonight. We're gonna have movie night.
So you just don't prefer to do it because it's her and she has that personality, or?
I think school plays a lot of that. Okay. Like, I think maybe if I didn't have any school, a job not stressful, internship. Right. But I just I don't want to be bothered with anyone. I don't want to be. Don't call me. Don't ask me to babysit. Don't ask me to go to the store with you. Don't bother me because I'm in school 2 nights a week. Okay. I'm in internship 3 to 4 days a week, and I'm still working a full-time job. Wow. So I find my weekends doing all homework. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, now that you mentioned that, how's your social life? How's friends and social gatherings? Do you have time for
I have no time for any of that since I've been in school. So for as my social part, I try to stay involved in my church and in my children's school. So I'm the president of the home school where my son attends. Okay. And in church, I'm on the Eucharistic ministry.
Say that again, please.
Eucharistic ministry. It's a Catholic where you go get the Holy Bread weekly. Some Baptist churches you get the Holy Bread once a month. Okay. In Catholic church, you get it every Sunday. So I help serve the Holy Bread.
Okay. So you're a Catholic?
Yes.
Okay.
So
have you been a Catholic your
my
upbringing, or?
Yeah. On my mother's side, my grandmother was Catholic, and she raised us into Catholic. I don't know who was Catholic, my grandmother or my grandfather, but we were all Catholic. Okay. I left back in the early 90s. Right. I left the Catholic religion in the early 90s, and I went back in the early 20s. I was in a Baptist church for 9 years. Okay. And the minister said something that offended me, and I haven't been back since. And he probably wasn't directing it at me. I could have been in my feelings that day and just haven't returned. The incident that occurred that bothered me was I was down in the lower level of the church and I was feeding my son. Okay. And it's times when you're in a Baptist church, people get catty. People sit around and they talk. And the minister want everybody everyone that's downstairs to come upstairs to the sanctuary. Okay. Well, I just got down there because my son was restless. I have a less than a 1-year-old. He's restless. Mm-hmm. So I had to take him. You don't eat inside church. So I removed myself.
Oh, really? Is that a Catholic thing?
I'm in a Baptist church now.
Oh, okay.
I left the Catholic church for 9 years, and I went to a Baptist church. And I'm telling you the reason why I left. And I left because he didn't want everyone downstairs in the sanctuary. He wanted everybody upstairs. Okay. But I just went downstairs to feed my son. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to ever tell me I can't feed my kids. So I felt offended, and I gathered my stuff and never returned.
You left at that very moment?
I will say yes. It been 13 years ago. Okay. It was 13 years ago. Okay. So I'm going to say I probably did. Okay. Knowing me, I probably did. Okay. Yeah, don't take much.
Knowing you, is that something you do often? Just
I would say I remove myself.
Okay.
I don't argue. I don't fuss. I'm not gonna battle with you. Um, Even at home with my children is what I say, and that's it.
Okay.
Don't keep giving me word for word.
Right.
And I'm like that with my husband too. Like we're not gonna argue about this. Let's stay on common ground. Let's make this work.
Has that been effective for your family?
It works. I've been married for 20 years in December.
Okay,
So
congratulations.
thank you. So I would say it works for me. I mean, some other person household was like, yeah, right. But I don't have the energy to argue.
Okay.
I'm in school. I'm working. I ain't got time for that. But what we need to do, let's get it done right. Let's get it done. We need to stay together as a unit.
Okay.
Yeah. So I shared with you as far as my childhood, as far as my mother having people live, but we only always been in one house, and we still own that house today.
Oh, is that the house you live in now?
No,
Oh, okay.
we rent it out.
The house your mom. Oh, okay.
We rent it out. It's a family property. All our names are on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a house that will always stay in the family if anyone ever needed to go there. So we lease it out for a year-to-year lease.
Okay.
It's in Southwest Philadelphia.
That's really cool.
So it's a family house.
That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you that's basically like a family tradition.
family
You guys
house.
like meet there for.
No, it's someone living in there, so we don't go
okay.
there at all. But there has been times where my sister lived there, and we would go there. And my brother had lived there, and we would go there. But my mother was the first to move out. I was the second to move out. My sister was the third to move out, and my brother was the last.
So as long
But we
as,
all had a turn in there.
Gotcha. So since your brother moved out, no other family member has lived there.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So what type of activities do you do with your families? How's that, like hobbies or
Oh yeah.
anything like that?
We dye eggs. Well, I'm the activity one.
Okay.
I dye eggs with the kids.
Oh,
Not with the adults. I dye eggs with the kids every Easter.
Okay, that's nice.
When we on break from school in January, and how we get that month off, we do read a book. I do read a book, so I do a lot of things with the children and the family. So all of the children have to bring a book, their favorite book,
Okay.
and they read it to us.
To like adults
No, well, they only read it to me. They read it to me and the other kids that's there.
at your house.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
it's
my
like-
husband's side of the family, one sister has 8 kids.
Wow.
So between just my nieces and nephews,
Okay.
because there's a lot when I get my husband's side and my side together. So my side is 6 altogether, including my 2 children.
Right.
But like I told you, my husband's side is just one sister that has. She has 7 children. Excuse me. One sister has 7 children.
Okay. So you usually have a full house. Right?
Yeah. So all of them, because they're so young, I have them all bring one book. They read their book, and I can't do for their birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
So that day we bake 2 cakes,
Oh.
and I sing happy birthday to everybody. I all leave with a gift. They all leave with a gift. We sing happy birthday, and we'll order pizza, and we'll have games after that. If it all, so I do it twice. That's good too.
Twice a year.
I do it at January. They spend a night, and we read a book.
Right.
And then after they do that, it's eat, watch a movies, time go to bed.
Okay.
Then I do when we get a spring, or when we out for the summer,
Okay.
they all spend a night. And when we do that time is we get a big keg of water ice, and we go to the cemetery to visit their grandfather, which I told you they're my husband's. Right. We go to the cemetery. My side of the family don't participate in this event. They spend a night, but then they leave. They the first ones to leave. My in-laws stay, and we go over to the cemetery, and we take a blanket, and we go out and have water ice, and we just sit around. We in the cemetery, and the cemetery plaque, his plaque is laid down flat. No, it's not. His tombstone is upright.
Okay.
And we all just sit around it,
Right.
and we have water ice, and we just talk.
Okay.
Just with the little people, and adults go too. Like my mother-in-law go, and my sister-in-laws, they'll come up and they'll go too. Because all of them can't fit in my car.
Okay.
So they all come back up, and we all go to the
gathering.
cemetery. And actually, my daughter started that.
That sounds like a really nice
And
idea.
actually, my daughter got it from something she learned in high school. It's something with Spanish. I don't know if it's the Spanish tradition, but they do that.
Oh.
They go out to the cemetery and do that.
Okay.
It's something with the Spanish culture.
It does sound
Something with the
something
Spanish
like
culture. I don't know exactly in detail.
that. Yeah, I understand.
But something with the Spanish culture, and my daughter never forgot it.
Wow.
So ever since she learned that, we go get our blankets, we get the water ice, we get pretzels,
Mhm.
and we sit around and we eat and talk. And
Wow, that's so cool. How old was your daughter when she brought this to you?
ninth, she was about 9th or 10th grade. She was in high school.
And you guys have been doing that every year.
Every
since?
year, we make it a tradition to go to the cemetery. Yeah, every year.
That is really nice. Because I feel like, stuff like that really keeps families
Yeah,
together.
so that's on my
you know?
husband's side. We do that, but I also have my side come spend the night too. So they participate in the nighttime activities. But we definitely do read a book in January, and then the one I just told you about is in the summer. It's game night. So we got Monopoly going. We have like this rotation, like every 20 or 30 minutes. We like rotate, so we have different game sessions set up. So we've got Pity Pack, we got 21 Blackjack, we got card session.
Right.
Then you got Pacino, goes fast. Pacino,
Right.
you got Bingo. So we have all these little game sessions because
Right.
there's so many of them.
Exactly.
So so we have Pity Pack, 21 Blackjack, Connect Four. You put the chips in.
Yeah.
Connect Four. We do a lot of fun games. Monopoly is the longest game, so they never play that all the way out. It's another one they just recently came up with. Guess Who?
Oh, I heard of that one.
Guess Who? I think
Never
that
actually
is.
played it though.
Yeah, Guess Who?
Yeah.
That's another game they play. A lot of board games. Try to keep their mind fresh. We have puzzles out. Like and then every 20 minutes the bell will ring. Somebody in charge of ringing the bell.
Okay. Like
And
a
then,
timekeeper.
like this, and then a timekeeper, exactly. And then they all rotate and do a different game.
Oh, that's really
So I
cool.
think that's good. Yeah, that's good. It's cool.
Sounds like you have a lot of fun with your family, but you only can do these types of things like
On
when
our
you have
breaks.
free time.
So like when I have no summer classes, I
Okay.
do it, and I do it every time we're on break for our winter break.
Okay. So basically during the school year, you're all school.
I am cut off from all family functions.
How's that working out for you? Like, how is your school life? Like,
Stressful.
Stressful.
School is stressful. Internship is stressful. My time management is jacked up.
what do you mean about that? Like,
It could be better, but I'm working on it.
I know, but what exactly is the stressful? What would you say is causing it to be stressful?
School. I can't wait till school is over. I am not going back for no master's degree. I am done. I'm too old for this. My memory is gone.
Shoot, sometimes I feel like my memory is gone.
I be like, did you just say that? Oh, I thought I heard that. I apologize. Because my mind is racing. Because your mind is racing about what assignments is due, what you got to do at home, what you got to do at your insurance. Then you be like, what you supposed to do at work.
Right.
And then, try to put the face on. We all wear a mask.
Mm-hmm.
So I put the mask on and be like, okay, let's just do this.
Do you generally enjoy school though? Like, at least what you're being
I
taught?
enjoy learning.
Okay.
I do. Because I feel like I missed out so much going to school.
You missed out going to school?
I think so. I think
What do you mean?
I think the system of the Philadelphia public school system, they just pushed you along.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they just pushed you along. I don't think they really made sure that you were learning.
Okay.
So I feel like I missed out on a whole lot. And I see it today, writing my papers,
Oh, okay.
sometimes when I'm speaking,
Mm-hmm.
making sure I use the verb to be. I mean, I feel as though I missed out on a lot. I do. And I show it sometimes in my writing. I show it sometimes when I speak.
Do you feel that you're improving?
I would like to say I'm improving.
Okay.
I would like to see that. Yeah, I would like to say, yeah, I'm improving. But, more can always be done.
Of course. We all have room for improvement.
Yeah.
Is that partially what makes the school
Maybe difficult for
yeah.
me. Yeah. I would say yes.
Okay. Have you tried to do tutoring or?
I go to the writing center frequently. I ask questions all the time. You know, I like seem like I need to be reassured. Like, am I doing this right? Did I follow the instructions right? Like, it's like I need that reassurance. And I did that earlier with a classmate before I came here tonight. Just making sure I got everything in order. Like, just double checking everything. Because I want to, I want to succeed and I want to do well. And I have to prove to my daughter, if I can do it, you can do it.
Right.
So I have to finish this journey.
So that's good. You realize that about yourself. That's a good coping skill, to try to prep in advance and taking those steps to really, better yourself instead of, just waiting for it to happen. You being proactive.
Yes.
As opposed to reactive.
Yeah, because I've been to CCP. I went to CCP back in the mid-90s. I didn't finish that. I went to Pierce College. Didn't finish that. And then I went to Delaware County Community College. So I finished that. I did finish. I walked. Then I was going to go to LaSalle. So I tried LaSalle. And then I came to Temple.
Okay. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. And you said it's been wearing you down for the most part. What do you do to, relieve stress? Just not when you take your breaks with your family, but I mean, do you do, weekly or daily, just any, type of stress relievers or breathers?
I try to exercise 2 days a week. I try to exercise. That's usually pretty helpful. Okay. I mean, in the past, I would do it 4 to 5 times a week, but because of school session, I only do it 2.
Yes.
And I can tell the difference. I have put on some weight, but it's okay, because I know I can get it off.
Okay.
I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to try to eat healthy snacks, but sometimes I can't. So, yeah.
Going to school, it really
it's
changes
stressful.
a lot.
Because when you're writing a paper, you snacking.
Right.
When you up late doing stuff, you snacking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't wait to leave here after I see your visit. After this visit, I'm going to go home and eat me some peanuts. I'm looking forward to eating some peanuts tonight.
It's healthier, right?
It's a healthy snack. It is.
That's good.
It is.
What type? You said you try. Do you try to eat healthier though?
I'm on a lot of restrictions because I have GI issues. So
okay.
yeah.
Is that hereditary GI? Can that possibly?
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. It could be family related.
Okay.
I know my mom talks about stuff, but she don't share too much.
Oh, okay.
She's not a good communicator. I think that's where I get that from.
Really?
Sometimes
why do you think she's not a good communicator?
I just came to that conclusion this semester in class because of our seminar class, how we practice on how to talk to one another and be good listeners.
Right.
So I'm working on that. I'm working on being a good listener. I'm working to make sure I comprehend what the person is saying to me.
Okay, those are good skills too. What have you been doing to try to work on that?
Just relax and stay only in the moment. That's what I learned. Just stay, because you know how you could talk to someone and so much is going on in your life and in your world. Just stop and pay attention only to what that person is saying.
And when you do, sometimes it really can come through.
I just learned that this semester. Yeah. All the semesters here at Temple, I just learned that. It's always, get this paper done, read this chapter, be here, be there.
Right.
So yeah, it was good to learn that this year. Mm-hmm. Just sit back and just take a couple of deep breaths, forget what's going on, what you need to do, and be only in the moment.
Do you practice that in all of your settings?
I have. It's fun. It's fun.
That's good to hear.
I'm enjoying it, definitely.
That's something I practice myself.
Have
Sometimes
you?
I have to remind myself to do it.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It is much better when you are actually focusing on what's happening in the moment. You miss out on so much.
You could be like, dang, if I would have just stayed still.
Tunnel vision almost. So I'm glad that that's something that you learn because it's a very valuable tool.
It is. I totally agree with you.
Well, I think we have covered a lot for today. Let me just get that noise stopped for you. All right. So I appreciate you coming out for today. I hope you enjoyed your session with me. Of course, I enjoyed my session with you.
Oh yeah, tonight was a
And
good session. I
think
thank
so,
you for
too.
meeting with me.
I learned a lot about you. It's always a great pleasure having you in. But we'll pick up where we left off tonight. Next session, next Thursday. You know our schedule.
Yes.
And I wish you a good
Oh,
evening.
thank you, Michelle. You have a good evening.
You too.
It's been a pleasure.
And feel free to call me Breana. We don't have to be so formal.